Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Hearthstone deck spotlight. It's Wavy Wednesday edition. Whoa! That's why we got all this going on. Today we're going to be looking at ChampionEggo's Odd Hunter. Odd Hunter is a deck that we've definitely played before, played it in the past, deck that I actually quite like. Very aggressive, but also quite tempo-orientated deck. With a lot of 1-drops, a lot of 3-drops to follow up on that, and using your hero power as a way to get reach. If you haven't played Odd Hunter before, focuses on Baku the Moon Eater over here, which upgrades our hero power if we're playing only odd cost cards, which we are, as you can see here. And the upgraded Hunter hero power does 3 damage instead of 2, so ideally early on we're going to be flooding the board, getting a lot of minion damage in, and hopefully our opponent's going to be quite low, and we can finish them off with our hero power or other forms of reach that we have in the deck, such as Kill Command, Unleash the Hounds, Leroy Jenkins, these types of things. So one of the things that jumped out to me with ChampionEggo's build here is that it's got a lot of different cards than previous Odd Hunter decks we've played. If you'd asked me to pick the best 3 1-drops that Hunter could play, I definitely wouldn't have come back at you with Timberwolf, Southsea Deckhand, and Glacial Shard. I would have picked cards more like Dire Mole, Acarus Veteran, these types of minions. Ardent Squire as well. Like it's really strange to not see Ardent Squire here. But this is the 1-drop selection that ChampionEggo has gone for, and only just the 1 Timberwolf as well. So instead we've got a bigger spell package, in that we have both a singleton tracking and some secret plans in here. Kind of give you a bit of a 1-2 punch with secret plan. Turn 1 secret plan, turn 2 secret. And we've also got the Hunter's Mark Candle Shot package in here. So we'll be keeping an eye out on this. If this is too many 1-drops, not enough 1-drops. Initial impressions would kind of say maybe it's not enough 1-drops, because we really want to have something on turn 1. Moving on to the 3s. We've got the typical kind of proactive, aggressive selection with Animal Companion, Eaglehorn Bow here as well. Also got Unleash the Hounds here, just the one-off Kill Command, which I'd like to see 2 of. I think that even though we do have that hero power, we still have to get our opponent dead within a reasonable amount of time. I'd like to see a second Kill Command in here. We've also got Hench Clan Thug, which I can totally respect, given that we have the 2 Candle Shots and the 2 Eaglehorn Bows. Can really get behind that. We might even be able to get a trigger off the Eaglehorn Bow with the secret plan. Who'd have thunk it? The thing that I'm a little bit dubious on is the selection of kind of tech cards. We've talked about this before, particularly when we talk about Odd Rogue, that yes, tech cards are very good and they can help in quite a lot of matchups. However, especially with a deck like this and with Odd Rogue, you're taking away your proactive 3-drop selections. And the notable omission here is Vicious Fledgling, which feels like it always gets the cut. I don't know why. What's with the hate on the Birdo? So Vicious Fledgling's got the cut here. Instead, we've got 2 Ironbeak Owls, a Singleton Gluttonous Ooze, and a Void Ripper. The Gluttonous Ooze, I imagine, is for Odd Rogue, but also some of those Druid matchups. Ironbeak Owl, I'm not too sure. Why you'd be going for those Ironbeak Owls so early. Going for 2 of them as well, and a Singleton Void Ripper here as well. So that's another thing we'll be keeping an eye out for, is just if we have enough proactive 3-drops to always be pressuring our opponent. Lastly, move on to the 5-drops. A lot of the time in Odd Rogue decks, we've seen Odd Hunter decks, we've just seen Leroy, maybe some Fungalmancers, but usually the 5-drop slot's pretty light here. Instead, ChampionEggo has actually included Giggling Inventor, which is not a card we've played with in the archetype before, so I'm really keen on actually checking this out. I think that this could maybe allow us to get some more minion damage in with some of those 3-drops or even some of those 1-drops as they become a bit anemic. Anyway, we're going to jump into some games and see how we go. Alright, here up against the Warlock.
Tremble before the might of the elves.
So usually I'd be all about sending Southsea Deckhand back in a lot of matchups. But given that we only have the 5 1-drops, and that the Southsea Deckhand might just be the best one for turn 1. Usually we'd be trying to find things like Argent Squire, Diamol, which is significantly better in a matchup if this is Zoo.
None will survive.
Alright, we've hit our tracking. So the question becomes, what are we trying to hit with this tracking? I'm fine, thanks. Hope you too. Played the Spellstone Shaman just for fun. The most recent one we posted up, the Jeleniawati one, or one of the older Spellstone Shaman decks with like oh, do they have the Ghoul? Oh my gosh, we're just getting torn apart this game. If they have Kaliseth to follow up on this. Whew. Yeah, we played the one with the Snow Fury Giants a while back as well.
What to do?
I should meet you. I should meet you.
Put it with that real good start. I think we got to try and focus on getting as much face damage in as possible in these first maybe 3 to 4 turns. I don't think we can compete on board with this type of deck with this type of hand.
Must destroy.
The older one with the Giant Searing deck, fine. I don't have many Shaman cards. Yeah, we played a Eureka Shaman, which is very similar to the Spellstone Shaman list. Just plays a different selection of big drop minions. Oh, they did have the Kaliseth as well. Oh my gosh, nightmare scenario for us. Do we take Wandering Monster or Misdirection? Misdirection has a higher, like, upside. I think we'll take Wandering Monster there.
Chill out, chill out.
Yeah, not going for the tracking there because anything we find we wouldn't be able to play unless it was like a 1-drop, and other than exactly Candle Shot, I don't think we'd really want any of the 1-drops. Certainly not want any to deploy this turn. Come on, high rolls. High rolls, let's see it.
Stop copying me!
Ooh. We're tracking this turn. Ooh. Unleash the Hounds. Or Candle Shot. Ooh, that's tough. We can take the Candle Shot and it lets us hero power as well. So I actually really like that. As long as we can kind of stem our own bleeding a little bit more than what our opponent can.
How long can this go on? How long can this go on?
Okay.
Death comes.
This is definitely the type of situation where we want 2 kill commands and not 1. Got to run for a bit. Good luck, Tommy. No worries. Zimbilibim, sorry for bad English. I'm from Germany. No need to apologize. No need to apologize. Appreciate everyone from coming all over the place. My German's very bad as well.
magic shall
explosive
not save
versus wandering. I think all three of those secret options were actually pretty reasonable. I think wandering monster has a reasonable high roll. And also, if our opponent attacked in with, like, if they wanted to keep their happy ghoul alive and attacked in with a 2-1 or a 2-2.
Death comes.
Not sure if we want to play this Hunter's Mark. But yeah, I think if you had, like, taking Explosive Trap would have been fine there. Actually would have ended up being the same result, but we would have got 2 extra face damage, which is pretty relevant in this situation where our opponent's on 10. And our hero power does 3. So I can definitely see the line. And I wouldn't fault anyone for choosing differently, I think. How have you been enjoying the Spellstone Shaman, though? Do you like that kind of control Shaman aspect? Kind of control combo a little bit?
Must destroy. Runs out.
Glory to the Sindori!
Interesting, they're powering up like a Doomguard or something. That's a pretty good draw. I don't think we can kill them. 3, 6.
Now.
We can make ourselves dead to a charge minion or Soulfire. I think that's the best that we can do. Yeah. Unfortunate. I mean, yeah. Any charge minion which they can play, you know, 1 to 3. Any life drinker which they can play 2. Any Soulfire. There were a lot of things that killed us there, but I think that gave us the best kind of out. Play to our outs. But unfortunately, we'll try and get the next one.
Illyria versus Lunara!
Okay, Druid.
The forest fights back. Tremble before the might of the elves.
I don't think we'll keep this secret plan. Especially against Druid. Oh, actually, given that all of our 1-drops have 2 toughness, I think we actually will keep this secret plan. All of our 1-drops have 1 toughness, so they just die to hero power, so maybe if we can just not draw any of them, that would be best for us.
None will
Definitely
survive.
a really good reason to...
I Nice to meet you.
At least the Glacial Shard can maybe get some damage in. Maybe make things a bit awkward for our opponent early on if they wanted to. Okay. Okay. Oh my gosh. Ooh. Awkward. Against Zoo is always a pain. And Callus, yeah. I mean, like, I can deal with one of those two things. I think it's still a pretty good, like, pretty interesting game. Like, either they have the early Happy Ghoul start, or they have a Kelliseth start. But no way we can deal with both of them. Well, let's start chewing through these weapon charges. Armor. Armor is pretty reasonable, but it did cost them the coin. Question is, what kind of druid is it? That is true. Currently, the only thing we've really eliminated is Spiteful Druid and I guess the not very good Token Druid decks. If they don't have a Nourish here, we might actually get, you know, the next 3 turns or so to ourselves. How long do we hold these for? I think we can hold it a little longer.
Death comes.
This is kind of exactly what we were talking about early on. We're just like, really don't have a lot of proactive 3-drops because we've included all these reactive cards. And yeah, Unleash the Hounds would be a card that you'd play anyway. But, you know, this Ooze could have been a Vicious Fledgling. We could have, you know, maybe forced some removal out of our opponent. Get this thug out there. Definitely sucks to have this freezing trap hit this arcane tyrant, but as long as we get a little bit of tempo out of it, could be pretty valuable.
The circle of life is over.
Get out of here. Do we play Giggling Inventor? Do we suspect that they have the other Spreading Plague? Or that they have a Spreading Plague? I think we can reasonably suspect them to have Spreading Plague. It does cost us our Thug, though. Unless they don't Hero Power here.
Flower power.
They do not. They're trying to set up next turn. So we'll Gluttonous Ooze them. AK, never play Giggling Inventor. Yeah, I mean, who am I to say otherwise? like have to kill this, right? Do I have to kill it? Guess we'll find out. I guess we'll find out. There's part of me thinks we can't even, like, we're probably already dead enough to one trigger. Maybe we're just already dead. There's the Alex. So if we had killed this, I guess we stop the buff from dropping on Malagos, if they have the Malagos.
They grow up so
Oh my gosh. Loop spray. I think we're pretty dead anyway. Oof. I mean, at least the Giggling Inventor kind of stems the bleeding.
Death comes. Now.
I guess we should have traded off one of our dogs.
masterful.
Venom plus Giggling. Venom Strike Trap. Well, I think we're either dead or not dead. It's very binary. They either have the spells. Do they have this? I guess if they had the swipe, we could have maybe tried to play around that. They had both natural hazards. Okay. Okay.
Well, masterful.
How many cards do they have left? 16. So, whilst we could say, oh look, you know, this person got all of their combo pieces in the top half of their deck. Like, we also need to consider that our opponent got all their combo pieces in the top half of their deck. Like, we should be able to capitalize on that. We're playing the exact type of deck that should be able to capitalize on our opponent not doing anything for the first like 7 turns of the game. You know, this is why we want resilient 1-drops, we want proactive 3-drops, we want to keep that pressure up. So, see if we can get a win.
Versus throw.
Got the Shaman here.
Tremble before the might of the elves.
I think I'm happy with this. Let's try this one out. Yes, we can Void Ripper our Annoyatron.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you indeed.
Chill out.
Unfortunately, any type of control Shaman. Probably a pretty bad matchup for us. I mean, we kind of saw with that Druid matchup that our opponent you know, they played Branching Paths, gained 12 armor, and that was like pretty strong. And we're definitely up against a deck with 2 healing rains in it. If we're not up against even Shaman. And one of those could be a pretty big blowout.
Winter is here.
And it's cold! With the lifesteal as well. Brutal.
Well played.
Yeah. You just don't really have a lot to deal with this this corpse taker.
Who to shoot?
I guess we Hunter's Mark there. I'm not too sure. I'd love to know what people think about that. Like, would you have hero powered? Would you have hero powered Hunter's Mark? Would you have played one of these? Would you have played one of these in Hunter's Mark? What you got?
I cast arcane missile.
Kobold Apprentice. It's a pretty good Kobold Apprentice. Nice to meet you.
What to do?
Yep, I think we'll give this one up.
Masterful. I can see it.
Jeez, that corpse taker was pretty legit. Pretty legit. If only we had one of our 2 Iron Beak Owls. So let's take a look at the deck. Ultimately, I think Odd Hunter is a really interesting archetype, but it really hinges on having those good 1-drops, those proactive 3-drops, like we were saying before. I think we kind of lack a lot of that action in here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut out all of these tech cards, and I'm going to try and make a 28 card deck, essentially. I don't really need those trackings. Let's get rid of some of these 1-drops. I like the Candle Shot, Hunter's Mark, as far as the 1-drops go. And then let's play. We like Acaris Veteran, Argent Squire, Firefly, Diamond. We could probably fit one other 1-drop in here. So we could look at a card like Southsea Deckhand to go with those weapons, and as a bit of a reasonable draw late game, we could go for Glacial Shard if we wanted to have a better matchup against other minion-based decks. What were we struggling with? We were struggling with other minion-based decks, so I think I'll actually go for the Glacial Shards, but I'm going for these Glacial Shards as the last 1-drop rather than the first 1-drop. I think something like this, 14 1-drops makes me feel nice and fuzzy on the inside. I wasn't terribly impressed with these Giggling Inventors. I'm actually going to cut that one Fungal Mancer as well. Ooh, bit. There we go. Vicious Fledgling. And then I guess we really wanted to, we could look at a 5-drop. We could look like a Bittertide Hydra. We could look at, you know, there's Giggling Venters, Fungal Mancer, even Cobalt Scalebane, something like that. If you really wanted to get another 5-drop in here, but I want to get that other kill command in here. And then you've got 2 spots here that you can include the tech card of choice. So I think maybe one Iron Beak Owl, one Iron Beak Owl, maybe one Corrosive Ooze, or Gluttonous Ooze rather. That's what I would go for. But that's just kind of what I'm thinking. Obviously, if you have any other thoughts, you can always leave a comment down below on YouTube, or you can jump over to the Hearthstone deck article that is linked in the description. Leave some lovely, thoughtful comments, as I know you will. Did you like the deck? Would you change something? Is there something missing? Let me know. Also, my links are down in the description as well. You can catch me on Twitter at Tommy_Wave. That's the best place to catch me. And until next time, please stay safe and stay wavy. Bye.